Hey everybody, we are back with another edition of Ella News and Updates. With me, as always, Jennifer Backer-Johnson, our superintendent, and Aaron Hungerholt. How are you guys?
Good.
Hi,
Good.
good to have you here.
Thank you. We have crossed into May, which is home stretch for students and classes and teachers. Not so much for you guys, because this is the sort of high season to look at next year, such as registration, for example. That is already ongoing. But what's going on with that, and especially once registration is complete, then your real work starts in terms of completing that puzzle for the master schedule. And so
Correct. We had a registration night. Parents got on Zoom and they could ask questions of me and everything like that. We had the stuff set out to the students. We also started talking to the kids and going over credits, especially the older ones, what they want to do after high school, things like that. So we've done all those things. Those are already in motion. The kids have now handed back their choices. So now my job is to sit down and put everybody's schedules together. And then as you put together schedules, then I also look at what they're taking. Like, is there high interest in this area, low interest in that? Some of the things we may not have had a teacher for, so do I have to look for a teacher for this? Or we might have had a teacher for something that nobody registered for, so then what do we do there? So now we're just kind of putting together all the pieces of the puzzle for the master schedule, where teachers are, and getting the kids what they want.
And I would imagine it's not like a magic program where you just punch in all the information and it spits out a plan.
Right.
This is largely manual work.
Yeah, we still do it that way just because we're small enough, and I try to really individualize what the kids want. It's just not a generic, for each kid. So we do put a lot of work in for each kid, and I actually write on their own registration in. So it is very individualized for them. So it is still a little bit more personal and trying to get the kids what they really want. And if there's a outlier of a kid that wants this class but we don't have it, maybe we can find it online. Maybe we can find it shared with another high school and use Zoom or something like that. So this is a lot of time put in right now for the registration stuff.
Really trying to meet the needs of all the students here.
Yes.
Right.
And of course, you've done it many times. You've been around for a while. So
Yes.
kind of a routine.
Yes.
So.
Yes, it is.
Something else that's going to keep you busy, at least for a day, is next week's A.L.I.C.E. drill.
You bet.
When we say next week, that is going to be May 9th. Is that May? Or no, sorry. It's
May 12th.
May 12th, sorry. It's a Friday.
Correct.
I think.
Correct.
And you've done these drills a few times. First off, what does A.L.I.C.E. stand for? Quiz.
Right. A.L.I.C.E. is alert, lockdown, inform, counter, and evacuate.
Very good. And this is not just your regular drill because it involves not just the school, but other community partners, if you want to.
Sure. So when we run an A.L.I.C.E. drill, that involves the entire community. We have our EMT is running a drill with us, the local fire department. The city of Leroy is notified, so they know what's going on because their city workers may have to help maybe block off streets or something like that. And then I will invite our county sheriff down here if they want to be part of the drill too. So all those pieces are come together. Hopefully we will never have to use it, but right now I feel we're very prepared in making our school safe, protecting kids.
It's an active shooter scenario, right?
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
And just walk us through the process a little bit. You give that trigger announcement, I would assume.
Yeah, what we do is if we had an active shooter in the building or an intruder, we would use our intercom system to try to locate. So everybody knows where the intruder is at. And from that point on, the teacher would have to make a decision. If they're close to their room, they lock down. Let's say the intruder is on the other side of the building. Well, the main goal is to evacuate and get the kids to safety. So teachers have to make a little bit of a decision there, and we will communicate as long as we can. It's not guaranteed we can sit in our office either for that amount of time. So we try to give as much information to everybody, and then we practice as a staff as well, so they know what decisions they can and can't do and have to make. So it's really a lot goes into it, but we've done it for years now. We practice, we talk to the students, the teachers are prepared. So we're going to run it and see how it goes.
And communication was already distributed to parents. I think
Yep.
I got my copy this morning.
Yep.
And maybe a word to the public. So they may see some activity around the building here, but correct me if I'm wrong, some or all of the students will actually huff on over to the fire hall. Is that
Correct.
right? Yeah.
Correct. That is our end destination, is the fire hall. Big enough area, far away from school, where that would be the pickup area for, if we had one and parents had to come pick up their students. There will be a command center that actually is set up in the community center, and that's where Jen would be along with some secretaries and any communication that would go out through there. So we do have a command center there, but then all the students would make their way down to the fire.
So again, it's just a drill, May 12th,
Yes.
Friday, May
Yes.
12th.
Yes.
What time is it?
1:45.
1:45. So if anyone is concerned, it is just a drill.
Yes.
Can't stress that enough.
Yeah.
That's right.
These
That's
days,
right.
I mean, seriously, you know,
Right.
these things happen sadly too many times, and
That's right.
we're practicing here.
Yep.
Good.
Yeah.
So from one threat to another, cybersecurity, Jen. This
Yes.
is a topic that has recently bubbled up in Rochester, in Minneapolis, where they've had quite the issues with basically being almost paralyzed, technologically, anyways, technically, because of, I don't know, you know, hacker attacks and whatnot. So this is something that's top of mind here too. Tell us a little bit about how LO is preparing and what sort of measures are in place.
Absolutely. You know, whether it's through our instructional techniques or curriculum, financial pieces in that department, our communication systems, we are somehow connected technology-wise in terms of our community and our students. And so it is definitely a priority for us. So I would say since the whole Minneapolis issue happened and the Rochester, which continues to happen, we have emailed our staff and communicated to our staff multiple times about just some things we can do individually, but also what we can do as a district. So some of the individual things we keep pressuring home is, you know, change your password regularly, do not open questionable emails, you know, things like that, stay off questionable sites, whatever it may be. And then also in terms of our district itself and at large, we do have cybersecurity insurance. And so we pay for that every year just for these reasons that happen in our local districts. But yeah, it's a priority, and it can really, as you said, paralyze a district for potentially months at a time. And we need to keep going and working and teaching our kids. And when those things shut down, it's hard to teach, instruct, and manage with a pencil and paper right now.
Yeah.
You know, we've really kind of grasped the technology piece, and it's scary in that respect.
It is, and maybe a blessing that if it were to happen, it's just one building to manage here,
Right.
versus 50 or whatever.
Oh,
So
absolutely.
don't need to carry your pigeons just yet. We can walk from room to room, right? So
That's true. That's true. Good point.
going back to the strategic plan, it's something that not a lot of people maybe are aware of, but that is something that after a lot of work and discussion, the school board, with a lot of input from other parties and the community, has approved a few months back. But this is not a plan that is just sitting on a shelf collecting dust.
Correct.
And Jen, you announced at the last school board meeting that there will be regular updates starting next month. So tell us a little bit about the plan, what it's aimed to do, and how we are aiming to give updates so that everybody can be informed and held accountable.
Well, you said it perfectly right away in your opening statement of how we brought our staff together, our school board, and many community voices to the table. I can't recall how many meetings we have, but it was quite a few. And we came up with, I know it looks kind of funny, but a one-page document. But there's a lot of thought, effort, energy, and love in this document that we're putting out to our community. But basically, it came down to really getting a sense, or kind of the figuring out people's values, desires, and missions as they are, you know, important people in our district, regardless of what their title was. And so we relooked at our mission, our vision, the goals that we need to set and try to reach within 5 years, because this is a 5-year plan. But within those 5 years, we want to regularly update our community. And the best place to do it is through our school board, being they did approve this. Our community can find this online. They can always swing in and get a copy. That's fine too. Our teachers have them posted.
It's not 500 pages, right?
No, it's one page. It's one page. Yes, thank you. But they can swing in and grab one. Our teachers have them posted. We have them posted strategically at our building as well. But let me kind of share with you one of the goals. We basically have 8 goals through 4 different kind of umbrellas. But one of them, as we're sitting here today, is community communications, outreach, and marketing. And just this platform here is one of the goals that we had. And so, Axel, thank you for that, by allowing us and to do this, but supporting us through it too. But it just to create an effective communication avenue as often and timely as possible as we can to our community at large. And so, but we believe in this, and Aaron and I are given the opportunity to really dig deep in it and have our own fingers in it, how we believe this strategic plan is meant to be. And so, again, you're going to see that regularly at our board meetings.
Well, a couple more smaller things to close out today's segment. One is summer breaks coming up, of course. And always the question is, will there be free summer lunch? And sadly, as always, you just never know till the last minute. And
Right.
I believe that is the current state.
That is the current state. So the end of May, Congress will wrap up, and we should know by then, or at least that's what administration is thinking. We as school district administrators are getting a lot of communication from St. Paul right now, but there's no definite decision yet. But we do know for fall we should be set. But again, that summer, as you said, we always are in question about summer.
And that's true. And really, we were just talking before we hit the record button. The last few years, it's always worked out. So it's not a guarantee, but fingers crossed.
That's right.
And you mentioned fall or next school year. That is now going to be the, what is it called? Free universal lunch. Is that a state program, I believe? Correct?
Yes. And it runs through our federal. We do get that money, but everything's through state too. You know, they're always combined in a lot of things. So.
But that is firm?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That's good news.
Yes, we're excited about it.
All right, very good.
Yeah.
Other than that, I think graduation's coming up, right?
Yes, that's last Friday of the month, 7 o'clock. I don't know what the exact date is, but it's that last Friday.
And outside again?
Yeah.
We are planning outside, weather cooperating.
Always a lovely environment there. I love it.
Oh, is that nice?
Good. All right.
Yes.
Well then, good luck with the final weeks of the school year here. Again,
Yeah.
you're super busy, but appreciate all your work. And we'll be back next month for another segment.
Sounds good.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
All right. Thanks for watching.